Hey, how's it going? Welcome to expression lesson number 9, our last expression from module 1, and the story of Walt Disney. Through the roof is our expression today, and it's number 89, so it's not at the top of the list, but remember, all 100 of these expressions are the most common, contemporary, high impact expressions that will help you speak with more authority and confidence and clarity and color and impact so that you can have more influence with your clients and colleagues and ultimately more impact in your career. So let's go ahead and jump in. If you're still with me, congratulations on making it this far. Let's take a look now at the expression. Here we go. So remember from the story, Walt Disney, he recorded a voice for Mickey Mouse, right? And now that they had a talking character, that's where the response was sensational. And sales went through the roof. So remember the idea here. First, we see the expression in context. So it's important that we think about it, okay? The response was sensational. Sales went through the roof. Okay, well, we're talking about sales, a great response. So if people love it, were sales good or bad? Right? They were fantastic. They were amazing. They were so great that it went beyond all expectations. And that's the idea of through the roof, is it goes to unexpectedly high levels, right? It's accelerated, it's multiplied, it's extreme. You can see this image is a roof, right? The roof of the building. So if you go through the roof, well, that's not part of the plan, right? The roof is here. Boom, it's through. Wow, that's much more than I ever thought. It goes through the roof. You see how visual and fun and how much impact this has? So if you want to really make a point that something is much beyond the expectations, through the roof is great. So the question is, how do you use the expression? And that's why we have the examples. Our costs went through the roof when something happened. Sales have gone through the roof during this period. Food prices are through the roof in large cities. Okay, so let's take a look. Two things. First, go through the roof is the most common combination. Almost always it will be go through the roof, but it can also be something is through the roof. So it will almost always be go, and sometimes it will be. And maybe there are some other alternatives, but 99% will be one of those two words, okay? So take a look now, the second piece. How do I use this expression? And so you need to start thinking about the collocations. What are the words that like to go together? It's like the words best friend, right? If you want to really know someone, you should know who their best friends are, right? So what goes with through the roof? Costs go through the roof. Sales go through the roof. Prices, costs, sales, prices. Notice they're all connected to numbers, results. And then you can see here lots of time expressions. Go through the roof at this time, when this happened, during this time. Or you'll see it in reference to a place, for example, or some circumstance. So where is this from anyways? Well, I think it's probably obvious for you. You know that the roof is here. So if something goes through the roof, then, it's way beyond expectations. The roof is here, that's the limit, so it goes beyond the limit. This graph is a little crazy, right? It's an expression that's gone up and down through many times, but still, it's still a very common expression. Now that we understand it, let's take a look at some examples. In business, we can see problems in the Strait of Hormuz sent oil prices, there's the word prices, through the roof and created a shift or a transition toward natural gas. So here we go. Look at this. You send prices through the roof. You can send prices through the roof. Do you see how we're being flexible with these expressions? It's not always go through the roof. You can send something through the roof or put something through the roof. Website 2012, costs of corn and soybeans are going through the roof as more and more crops dry and die. Finally, news 2010, teen unemployment rates are through the roof in states with minimum wage. So you can see all of these different combinations. Go through the roof, something is through the roof, and it's always connected to prices, to rates, to costs, these kinds of things. So now that we understand the expression and see those key examples, let's take a look in culture, in music. This is Lloyd, Feel So Right. Okay, so we're not going to play too much of this. Let's listen one more time. So he's saying, we're gonna get loose, take it through the roof. Take it through the roof, meaning we're going to take our activities to a whole other level. And obviously this is a love song. I'll let you use your imagination on those activities, but going to a level that you don't expect. You take it through the roof. Speaking of through the roof, you could probably imagine that we would have a meme that makes a joke, right? That you have a chart. And just so you know, the chart, right, is like one of these. And so if it goes off the charts, it goes so high that it goes through the roof. So the price is going through the roof. Be careful. If you open the chart in your house, boom, then the chart, it will go off the chart and through your roof. So that's the idea of this joke, of this meme. So we saw it in music, in memes, now we see it in movies. Here's the keynote from earlier.
And anytime you do anything entrepreneurial, whether it's for profit or not for profit, you almost have to start with that delusional optimism, where you just assume that, okay, this makes a lot of sense, the social return on investment here is through the roof, surely someone will fund it. But you quickly come to terms with reality.
So remember, this was from the expression, the last expression we had. We looked at the idea that investors need to be very optimistic and assume that, yes, this makes sense. The return on investment is through the roof, okay? But then you come to terms with reality. So you can see the return on investment, a result, a number, is through the roof. Again, if you have not already, watch this video so that you can continue to not just learn these expressions, but continue to absorb English. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, is having a habit, a small daily ritual, a small daily discipline that ensures that you maintain constant contact with the language. That's the most important thing to maintain your fluency, is to keep English alive in your mind. Congratulations on making this far. Thanks for watching. Until next time.